We are so close to the release of Space Marine 2. Ever since the game got leaked, well, there's been a lot of news and info that's come out, most of it being pretty positive, and Space Marine 2 has officially gone gold. This means that the game has been approved by Microsoft and Sony, and they've been given the green light for the production of their retail boxes. And, well, there's a few extra things that have come out from it. First of all, it is confirmed that there will be offline modes for the campaign, which is fantastic. I mean, we are Focus Home Interactive. They have an okay reputation, but luckily PvE can be played offline. However, of course, the multiplayer portion won't be able to. It will be between 10 to 12 hours to complete, probably a lot shorter than I think a lot of people would have expected. However, that's kind of around the same-ish as the first game, and I think they're probably just going to be continuing that story. Yet we do know there's going to be much more expanded multiplayer. If anybody hasn't seen the gameplay of the multiplayer so far, there's going to be tactical game modes fighting up against each other, where it's in a kind of, I guess, Halo multiplayer style, but with full customizations of your Space Marines in some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Now, on the Focus Home Interactive community channel, it's basically their second channel. Hey guys, I also have one of these. That's what you're watching right now. They have gone so deep into the lore of Space Marine. Pretty much the planets that we're going to be fighting in, the weapons. For example, here we have the chainsword. Yeah, we get it. It's pretty cool. There's also more stuff about Tyranid swarms as well, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this. The swarming mechanics are like I've never seen before, except from in World War Z, because, funnily enough, it's made by the same guys, and they're bringing that to Space Marine 2. But not only that, this is going to be fully co-op as well. The entire campaign, you're going to be able to play it with other people, which is absolutely fantastic. And then finally, one of my favorite ones was to look at the full entire arsenal. That takes us through things like the chainsword. Of course, you've got your drop pods with your plasma incinerators, your bolt rifles, and the customization that comes in with the multiplayer. But that's not it. You see, Space Marine 2 has given us a lot of new updates, and I think they've kind of been trying to cover up what happened with the game leak. We do know that the PC requirements have now been released. This actually happened today, the day that I'm recording it, which is August the 5th. In fact, that happened about 2 hours ago. So, the minimum recommended system requirements are interesting. It's going to have to be played on an SSD. That's kind of going to be the standard at this point in time, and even all this minimum stuff is still going to be 30 FPS in 1080p. So this is going to be a fairly tricky game to play for, well, any system that isn't mid to kind of high end. If you've got an RX 580, you're fine, and a 1060, although I'm going to be honest, a 1060 now being minimum requirement is quite interesting, because that's, I mean, was quite a powerful card even just a few years ago. But going to our recommended settings, we're going to be playing it on Intel Core 12700 or a 5800X, a 3070 or an RX 6800 XT. Now, I currently have a 3090, which when I bought it was the top of the line card. And if we're getting recommended settings that are already at 3070 level, and that's 60 FPS in 1080p with Ultra, I'm getting kind of worried because I have 4K monitors, and the 3090 has been fine, but it sounds like it's not going to be fine for too much longer. I'm actually kind of terrified at where gaming is going. I get it, like, this game is absolutely gorgeous. We can see by the gameplay that's been released, the attention to detail and the fidelity that's on the arms and armor. And not just that, I think what we're going to be getting is something that's a little bit more intensive than your regular game, since these horde mechanics are going to be displaying thousands of enemies on screen at once. I think they actually said it'll probably be up to 1,000 Tyranids. Kind of crazy. So just make sure you've got your PC beefed up. But it has kind of come out and confirmed now that it was over 500 people that actually got and downloaded this game early. Actually kind of something that I'm surprised. I thought it would be way more. But yeah, it was a 75 gigabyte torrent that, as far as I'm aware, they've not really managed to rein in. So I guess if you're still playing the game, I hope you're having fun. I think the fortunate thing is we've had enough of this gameplay already with the demos that have been released officially, so I'm not too worried. This is the official stuff, by the way. I'm not leaking gameplay footage, don't you worry. Anyway, Focus Home Entertainment have also revealed on their website the pre-order, and can I just say, as much as you're excited for this game, don't pre-order. I mean, look at this. This is the one thing that has kind of, I guess, disappointed me with the title. It is my most hyped game coming out this year, along with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But unfortunately, it looks like Focus Entertainment are pretty much going down the same route as everybody else. If you're wanting to play the standard version of it, it's going to be £55. That's probably pushing on $65, $70. Absolute insanity. Yeah, this is the base game, by the way. This is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PC, Steam, and PC Epic Game Store. Then even if we want to just slightly ramp it up to the gold editions, we're going to be paying £80. That's about $100. If we want the steel box case for Series X, £85, which is about $105, $110. And then it kind of gets a bit crazy. Yeah, we have the Ultra Edition, which is £90. And actually, if we look at the Ultra Edition, we can see what it actually comes with. Well, it includes the base game, that's CUD, the Ultramarines Champions DLC, which as far as I'm aware is an exclusive set of skins for your power armor and your heavy bolter, plus the season pass. Yeah, there is a season pass that's coming with it. And that's pretty much it. You get some stuff 4 days early to play the game if you really want to. But then, of course, you have the Collector's Edition, which comes with, admittedly, an incredibly cool statue. I do love the look of this statue. However, whether this is worth £230 to put that in American dollars, I'm actually going to get the exact amount for you, so I'm not just guessing. $291. We are pushing $300 for the collector's edition of this game. Are you insane? Of course, it brings you the Chosen DLC. You get it 4 days early, something that you don't get the standard edition. You get the base game, of course. You get the season pass. You get the Champions Pack. You also get the statue, which is this fella. The steel box that comes with the Xbox, an art book. Oh, really exciting. And yeah, that's it. Also, it's not even the same gold steel box that you get with the gold edition for Xbox. This is completely different. We've not even seen any pictures of this, but who knows at this point in time. Also, that DLC is literally just Pauldron, the Chainsword skin, and the Bolter skin. And this is something that is kind of annoying me right now, because I think this game looks absolutely incredible, and this could be one of the best titles of the year. But they have managed to, well, release something that has put them along the standard of pretty much every other AAA game studio. When Space Marine, the original one, came out in 2011, it was something special. It was something really different for a very niche community. Warhammer 40k has been absolutely huge, and even in 2011, it was definitely pushing on the mainstream, but definitely not in gaming. There weren't a huge number of games other than Dawn of War that really captured the imagination. And now Warhammer is as mainstream as it has ever been. It's as big as it has ever been in the zeitgeist. They are taking advantage of that, and they know that this will sell hundreds of thousands, if not millions of copies, even of those £230 collector's editions with their cool little statues. And don't get me wrong, people will be buying them. Do I think it's necessarily a bad thing? Not for the person buying them. I mean, it's a cool statue, and this is Warhammer 40k. If anybody's going to buy small statues, it's going to be you lot. However, $230 is absolute insanity. In fact, the collector's edition isn't the thing that actually grinds my gear the most, because people have always had collector's editions, always with statues. This has been a thing that's been going on for decades. It's actually the price of the standard edition. I mean, the game coming in at $55 for a 12-hour title is insanity to me. To put it into perspective, a game that I have maybe up to 300 hours, Hell Let Loose, that was what, 21 quid when I bought it. Sure, it's gone up quite a bit now since Team 17 took over, another AAA company that have decided to boost up the prices of everything. That game, almost 300 hours, £21 when I bought it. Granted, I got in early. Now, 10 hours if you're not into multiplayer. What? You're going to be paying almost $70 for it. That to me is absolute insanity. However, I would love to know what you think. Overall, I'm very excited for the game, but there is a huge but on this. And no, not the Kim Kardashian type, but the microtransaction Game Pass / Season Pass Collector's Edition. Hey, I guess that's just the world we're in. But I'm going to be covering it when it comes out in September nonetheless, because it's what people want to see, and it's a game that I'd really love to goddamn play.